कैसे आपने अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट करी, कहाँ से आपको एक आइडिया आया कि हमें बिजनेस में जाना चाहिए?
Either to read only success stories in the books, or you can build your own story. The funny thing was that I never wanted to come into logistic industry, but fortune brought me into here.
So you have a plan and God has a different plan.
I was working in Mercedes and then they were sending me to South Africa. Then I have to came back. My parents told, "Yaar, tum India aa jao." And then I joined DTDC as a consultant, 5 years from consultant to CEO, and then left DTDC as a CEO. In 2022, we decided to launch 30squarefeet.com, and we were about to start something, and then COVID is there. Money is the backbone of every company. So अगर आपको एक तारीख की चिंता नहीं है, so you can take decision faster and stronger. Once you identify the challenges, I always say to my people that don't wait. If you have right challenge, go for it. But when you work as a founder, your pressure is यार एक तारीख को सैलरी जाएगी. Right now, we are able to manage 300-400 crores of procurement with only 4 people, 5 people team. Everything is done by technology. In China, they talk only in millions. They build 10 lakh square feet, then they talk about 1 million square feet. In India, if we build 2 lakh square feet, 1 lakh square feet, it becomes news. We can clearly see next 20 years are good for having great growth for India.
In terms of the warehousing, which are the growth drivers of warehousing in India? नमस्कार दोस्तों, एक बार फिर से आपका लॉजिस्टिक शक्ति के पॉडकास्ट चैनल में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। जैसा हमारा आपको कमिटमेंट है, प्रॉमिस है, वादा है कि हम लॉजिस्टिक्स इंडस्ट्री और उससे जुड़े हुए सप्लाई चेन फंक्शन और उससे जुड़े हुए सपोर्ट फंक्शन विच इंक्लूड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्डिंग, विच इंक्लूड द प्रिक्योरमेंट ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ वेयरहाउसिंग और विच इंक्लूड टेक्नोलॉजी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स, इनसे जुड़े हुए उन तमाम हस्तीज को आपके पास लेके आते हैं, मिलवाते हैं, उन प्रोफेशनल्स को और बिजनेस लीडर्स को आपके पास लेके आते हैं जिनकी लाइफ की सक्सेस से और उनकी लाइफ की स्ट्रगल से हम और आप मिलके कुछ सीख सकते हैं। और जो लोग इस इंडस्ट्री में अपना बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं और इस इंडस्ट्री में अपना कैरियर सक्सेसफुली बनाना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए हम कुछ लर्निंग क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। तो इसी सीरीज में हमारे बीच में एक बहुत ही यंग और डायनामिक लीडर हैं जिन्होंने अपना बिजनेस, लेटेस्ट बिजनेस डेवलप कर रहे हैं, प्रोफेशनल्स रहे हैं इंडिया की टॉप लीडिंग लॉजिस्टिक्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, विच इंक्लूड्स टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन स्टार्टअप्स और लेगेसी ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस लाइक डीटीडीसी एंड डिलीवरी जैसी कंपनी में उन्होंने बहुत सीनियर पोजीशन पे काम किया है और उससे पीछे की जर्नी जरूर हम उनके मुंह से सुनेंगे। फिलहाल वो मल्टीपल बिजनेस को बिल्ड कर रहे हैं और लार्ज फोकस्ड है उनका वेयरहाउसिंग और वेयरहाउसिंग से रिलेटेड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और उससे रिलेटेड प्रिक्योरमेंट फंक्शन को ऑटोमेट करने का, टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन प्लेटफॉर्म को बिल्ड करने का। तो बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल स्टार्टअप वो बिल्ड कर रहे हैं। तो हमारे और आपके बीच में है मिस्टर आलोक बंसल। थैंक यू आलोक फॉर मेकिंग दिस पॉसिबल फॉर अ लॉजिस्टिक शक्ति पॉडकास्ट चैनल। तो कैसे आपने अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट करी और कहाँ से आपको एक आइडिया आया कि हमें बिजनेस में जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि बिजनेस का डिसीजन अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन होता है। तो थोड़ा अपनी एंटरप्रेन्योर जर्नी और प्रोफेशनल जर्नी के बारे में बताइए, देन विल कम टू द।
Thank you for inviting me here.
थैंक यू।
It's a great platform. I see it's growing every day, every month, every year on LinkedIn. And I was very excited to hear what other people were saying on your podcast. And I was also thinking that when I would be the part of this discussion. And fortunately, you invited me. And I'm curious to have this fruitful discussion so that we can have something, useful which can derive the direction of this industry, what we are doing and how can be impactful for organization, customers, and most importantly, evolving this whole industry because we both are connected emotionally with this industry.
I agree.
Bread and butter for us.
Yeah.
So coming back to your question, I worked in many companies like Infosys, Particle Infrastructure, then Mercedes-Benz in Germany, then Delivery, DTDC.
So I could highlight mostly the delivery and DTDC connected with the logistics.
Correct.
So it's good to hear that you have been part of European countries working there, Mercedes.
Correct. and I did many consultative assignments for L'Oreal, Schneider Electric, German wine industry.
Wow.
BCG also. So my main strength was strategy, business development, expansion, scalability. Then working in these domains, I came into logistic industry. So the funny thing was that I never wanted to come into logistic industry,
Oh,
but fortune brought me into here.
so you have a plan and God has a different plan.
Correct. So I was working with Mercedes, and then they were sending me to South Africa. Then I have to came back. My parents told, "यार तुम इंडिया आ जाओ, हमको तुमको South Africa नहीं भेजना." I came back to India, and then there was some situation. Then I came to join delivery and then DTDC. So delivery was the great starting point. It taught us a lot of things because it taught industry also a lot of things, how to work with speed and technology. Delivery was
So
pioneering
what function
in
you were
fulfillment.
driving in delivery?
So in delivery, I was responsible for the business development of South India and
Based out of Bangalore.
based out of Bangalore.
Oh, good.
And when I joined delivery, that
So
time we
you're
were
typically
doing,
in a sales function.
so initially it was sales, but then I was driving the whole function, bringing the clients and managing their, uploading their,
I can understand.
Getting the
Logistics is
inventory.
not purely.
correct,
It is beyond the the once you do the sales development does not happen by
Correct.
acquiring the sales.
I
Only.
was responsible to increase the revenue per square feet and decrease the cost per square feet.
Oh,
So I was working as the regional head there. And then I joined DTDC as a consultant, 5 years from consultant to CEO, and then left DTDC as a CEO. So coming back to your question, when I was working there, so I was thinking, yeah, either to read only success stories in the books, what founders are doing, what startups are doing, which one got funding, which one has scaled, and either you can continue reading stories or you can build your own
be
story.
a part of a story.
Yes, you can build your own story.
Yes, build your own
So
story.
I was always thinking, when my children will grow, would they be able to read any story on me? So that was my dream. So I thought, yeah, let's leave this position. Though it was a fantastic position and DTDC gave me a lot of things, a lot of exposure. So I thought to start something. And when I was working in the industry as a manager, as a GM, as a VP, then as a CEO, so I got to know various problems. Industry is still fragmented. In 2020, it was more fragmented. And it's a wonderful opportunity to do something into infrastructure so that we can help industry to get fast warehouses, fast facilities, setting of the facilities in the fast manner, then fast procurement with a lot of visibility and cost cutting, and then use of technology in those areas where companies were not using the technologies.
Well, let me go back a little bit back. You do not wanted to come in a business, and yet you decided to be in business to create your story. While deciding the getting into the entrepreneur journey, why logistics only? And within logistics, why warehousing only?
Okay. So as I said, logistic was the destiny. I never wanted to come into there. My friend referred me into the logistics, and then I came into that with heavy heart. And my agenda is one very clear agenda. What you love, you get it, or what you get, you love it. या तो जो आपको पसंद हो आपको मिल जाए, या जो आपको मिल गया वो आप पसंद
What you love, you get it. What you get it, love it.
Correct.
Beautiful.
So when I came into logistics, then I became the integral part of logistics. Then started loving it. I started giving 100% of mine because now it is my industry. You cannot say, you cannot crib. My father always taught me, whenever you join any company, never crib about it, because energy comes back to you.
Yeah.
So if you give positive energy,
very, very important.
so you get the positive energy. So I gave positive energy to the industry gave me. So from delivery, I learned fulfillment. And this was the again advantage. And then I started fulfillment into DTDC. DTDC was not doing fulfillment that time. They were doing only 3PL supply chain with B2B warehousing. So I started B2C from scratch in DTDC. And I'm proud to say that they gave me that opportunity and I fulfilled it. So we brought around 10 fulfillment centers. DTD invest heavily. DTD is also having the aim to transform and do extraordinary things in logistic industry. So I pioneered that, and then I got B2B warehousing as well and 3PL also as well. So this was the story. And when I was doing more and more into warehousing, B2B, B2C, then first mile, mid mile, last mile, then also international fulfillment, then I got to know various challenges, because everywhere everybody is struggling with finding the right facility, the designing of the right facility, then talking to different vendors or talking to similar kind of vendors because they do not have the visibility. What other technologies are there into the market? What other companies are there in the market? So getting the right facility, right procurement, right project management, and fast setup. These are some of the challenges which I clearly saw. So once you identify the challenges, I always say to my people that don't wait for the outcome. If you have right challenge, go for it. Challenge is the opportunity for all startups and the founders.
So
Because
currently, what exact problem we are solving? I believe you have got a two startups separately, Build My Infra,
and third is
which take care of the execution of the project, I believe,
correct,
and 13 square feet.
correct.
So give me this little typical differentiator, both the platforms.
So we started with Build My Infra, which started doing turnkey projects for companies like Flipkart, Big Basket, Amazon, and many more companies. Our first client was Grofers. Then we did a lot of projects for logistic companies and e-commerce companies. So this company does the project of civil, electrical, CCTV, networking, fire, plumbing, HVAC, and mezzanine floor. So whole project setup, supply and execution.
So turnkey project for a building and a warehouse
Correct,
can be given to Build My Infra
correct,
for the warehouse alone.
correct.
Anything you do beyond warehousing?
Yes. So then a lot of clients were coming, knowingly we were not the manufacturer. They were asking me, can you supply the racks? Can you give us the pallets? Can you give us the fire extinguishers?
Got it.
And we supplied. That was the turning point. And clients, knowingly we are not the manufacturer, they are asking us so many things. The clients were coming, can you help us in getting the right facility, right warehouse? We said, sir, we are not the brokers, we do not have facility. So they said, no, we are from Bangalore, you are based out of Gurgaon. So we cannot come to Gurgaon again and again, though we are talking to a couple of brokers, but we cannot trust on them. So can you go? Can you send somebody to what the facility? So these problems were there into the market. In fact, when I was working with one company, we were searching a warehouse to build a warehouse for Amazon. That time also I was struggling a lot finding a right facility when I was on one of the top position in industry. So combining all these dots, it was clear statement that industry is needing something which can solve problems of finding the right facility, then building it, then connecting all the right vendors and technologies. So in 2022, we decided to launch 30squarefeet.com. And Amitji, a very interesting thing is that we wanted to launch it in 2020. So when I left DTDC, next month COVID came.
Okay.
So I left in January and February COVID came. So I was like a clueless for a month ki अरे हुआ क्या? ये अभी तो छोड़ा था with a lot of hopes and dreams, and you are about to start something and then COVID is there. So sometime in life, what you think, it does not happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Plan may not go the way you thought of.
वो ऊपर जो बैठा है, he is also willing to play something.
Yeah.
So then you have to change your dices. So हम लोगों ने then we waited. We put our focus on Build My Infra doing projects, and then we waited for 2 years. Then we launched this platform 2022 with around 100 plus categories and 2,000 vendors.
So platform 2022 you launch.
Yes.
Platform name is 13 Square Feet.
13squarefeet.com, India's first B2B marketplace for logistics, cold chain, retail and dark stores.
So which are the supply this particular platform do?
So via our platform or in our platform, we have warehouses land, industrial lands. So you can have the space discovery, then you can have the product discovery, because after finding the space, you have to do a lot of things to build that facility. Electrical, CCTV, networking, fire, plumbing, HVAC and all. Once you build the basic infrastructure, again your problem is you have to procure a lot of things to run the operations, like pallets, racking, conveyor belts, table, chair, dock curtain, dock levelers, many other things. So on our platform, you can find all these spaces and all the products and all the technologies also whenever you are thinking for a vendor. So we do projects, we do complete procurement. And then in 2023, we got the funding from IPV in the industry. So investors had started taking interest in us. We were also becoming big in numbers. And then we brought another technology, complete procurement technology from RFQ to payments. So that if any person in the industry building their parks, warehouses or dark store, they can see where their penny is going, even a single penny, where it is going. So we brought cost efficiencies, visibility, transparency, and various comparisons which you really need to make decisions stronger and faster. And then in 2025, we made another technology, asset management technology, because I saw company operates different warehouses. A single logistic company have 100 warehouses, 250 plus hubs, and a dark store company, they have 500,000 dark stores. A factory owner is having 10 plus factories. A hotel industry is having 10 plus hotels. But they do not have any asset management technology to manage all the assets, maintenance, depreciation, asset audit, asset transfer. They do not know what is the right condition of the assets. And assets are money. So when I was working in the companies, I saw this was the efficiency. We were using a lot of ERPs, lot of consultants were there, but there was no asset management technology. So we brought procurement tech and then asset management tech. So we kind of made this end-to-end technology stack which can redefine the infrastructure operation. So we call it as infrastructure operating system, infra OS.
Mhm.
So we are working around this right now.
So that is a different brand or the same brand?
Same brand.
13 square feet.
Yes.
So it's good to, very exciting to hear that, all the way from taking the plunge from professional life to the entrepreneur journey. Within the entrepreneur journey, quickly you realize from execution of a turnkey project to a supplying and creating the procurement platform. And then quickly you also further realizing how you can integrate or automate the entire infrastructure or assets
Correct.
for the client, and you're building the technology around that.
Correct.
So in a way, looks very exciting. At the same time, is it not too much of diversification on it, or too much of diversion?
So I would say 50-50. Yes, diversification is there because you have many things to manage. But good thing is that everything is complementary. Space चाहिए, space मिल गया, then you have to do projects.
Good thing is that it is connected.
Correct.
Certain things are backward integration.
Correct.
And certain things are forward integration.
Correct.
And most of the 70-80% clients could be common.
Correct. And then after the project, you have to procure things. Procurement करने के बाद क्या? So you have to manage those things only which you procured.
So your relationship is also getting deeper.
Correct.
With your clients.
Correct. So you have rightly said this particular point. Our relationship is getting very tight, very strong with the clients because they feel they are not the people who will go away.
Correct.
After making this transaction complete. So we are till the end. आपके साथ भी और आपके बाद भी, like this.
LIC kind of जिंदगी के बाद पहले भी may not be the absolute appropriate, but yes, if we are providing a similar kind of a relationship, strengthening related services and same customer, then this diversification is good. But completely diversifying without solidifying existing business may be a little tricky or risky. So how do you mitigate your risk? Diversifying maybe in a same stream, but at the same time you do increase your team size. You may require a different kind of a working capital. You may require a different kind of expertise as well. So how are you managing those, expansion and growth?
So first of all, we talk to our clients a lot and we are working on their pain points only. So good thing is that when you work on the pain points, when you deliver something, launch something, so there are a lot of people who are ready to adopt. So we have ready buyers out in the market. Number two, when we started without a technology, then we realized you have to have more working capital, more team members because you have to manage everything. But as soon as we started developing technology, so we saw really advantage of technology also. Yes, in starting it takes money. It takes money a lot, but at the end, we got the real advantage of technology. Right now, we are able to manage 300-400 crores of procurement with only 4 people, 5 people team,
Wow.
and everything is done by technology. Initially, in projects, if we have to manage 400 crores of projects, then you have to have 50 people team should be there to manage everything. So this is a drastic difference between technology and non-tech. So right now our focus is to build only technologies which can drive projects, procurement and asset management.
So how, when you are saying the procurement of a 400 crore is happening on your platform?
Yes.
That's an annual one?
That's an annual one.
And how many transactions of such kind of a number of clients it's coming on, number of square feet? How actually you are keeping your KPI around that?
So there are a couple of KPIs. Number one is, of course, how many visitors are there on our marketplace. Number two, how many are generating inquiries. Number three, how many are directly buying on our platform. So as it is a B2B platform, so around 80% are the inquiries where we have to put the solution after getting the inquiries. 20% directly buying on our platform. And when I say about crores, so it is more than 400-500 crores per year right now from our platform transaction. I was just taking an example of a client. We are doing 400 crores. So we became procurement partners for many marquee clients. I would not take the name. So one of the largest logistic park developers is our procurement partner. We are the procurement partner for them. So we manage the complete logistic park construction. So whenever they launch any logistic park in India, we are proud partners for them. So via our platform, they get the right contractors. They get the right price benchmarking. We do the reverse bidding. We do the cost analysis, and we do the easy comparisons on a technology. You can just push the button. It will give you all the results. Now we are bringing AI also into that. So after a couple of months, AI will tell you which vendor is right for your this one, which cost you should derive at, what should be the right capex, what should be the right opex. So such kind of things we are doing. At e-commerce side, we are working with Flipkart, Amazon, Zepto, Zomato, Blinkit, Big Basket. At logistic side, we are doing with DHL, FedEx, Delivery,
Wow,
DTDC,
very nice.
Geodis, Renus, and many more clients. LF Logistics. And at the logistic part developers, we have clients like Indospace, ESR, Ascendas, Prologis, Logos. So we are working with all the big
Almost
players.
all the client you have covered.
Correct. Either we are doing projects or procurement for them. And every month.
So when
every
you
year-
do the procurement
Yes.
on 13 square feet,
Yes.
so the inventory comes on your sales, or how the revenue model is coming up, and how the service model,
Yeah.
or the
So
gross merchandising or the gross margin.
So there are two modes of working. If we are working as a partner, so we have to make a contract. So everything goes via us. So in that way, we charge on the transaction. And number two, we are working on a marketplace model. Then inventory goes via us. So that we bill the client. But right now we work on the GIT model. We do not have warehouses. It is working fine. But as the traffic is increasing, as the volume is coming, we have to have around 4 or 5 warehouses by next year. So we have to cover all the metro cities because now volume is growing.
So how this build my infra? How do you look at the traction is coming more on build my infra 13 square feet or asset management?
So build my infra was the core because it gave us the name and fame. People started identifying us as the BMI people.
Correct.
So BMI is the core company. 13 square feet is a platform, and of course, as it is a platform, it is a more traffic generator. We get so many inquiries from the direct landlord that I want to list my land on a platform. I want to list my warehouse on a platform. We get so many inquiries from OEMs. They want to register themselves as a vendor and sell on our platform. They want to use our marketing and branding functionalities onto platform. We get so many buyers also. All big people. I will tell you after this podcast, and you will be stunned
Sure.
to know. So many government and non-government companies are coming and they're putting inquiries. So now we are trying more efforts to cashify those inquiries. And number three, we were not very optimistic that asset management system would work. Though we were developing it, we were very confident, but we were also having some doubts that industry really needs it, or other than logistic industry, because logistic is having so many hubs and warehouses, any other industry would adopt it or not. And then the curious or good thing is that we were not targeting on the hospitality, but then hospitality clients started coming.
They also
to us.
coming up.
That we are having 50 hotels, we are having coffee shops of 50 chains, we are having pizza stores of 50 chains, we have a warehouse of 50 network. And then they started realizing the importance of asset management system. So right now our asset management system is into couple of known hotels in India, couple of logistic companies, logistic bar developers, and many retailers. So this technology people are taking as a great advantage because now they have the complete data. Who is using my asset? What is the value today? What is the depreciation today? Scrap हुआ तो कितने में हुआ? Asset audit करना है तो within a second you can do the asset audits. And via the barcode you can scan any assets and you can have the life cycle management of the complete assets.
Got it. Give us a little, for our audience knowledge perspective, give us an idea in terms of the warehousing. Which are of course, people know that e-commerce is driving. Which are the growth drivers of warehousing in India currently? And which are the geographies and cities which are attracting more demand in terms of the warehouse?
Okay. So two things. Number one, as you said, so e-commerce is driving the warehousing, of course. 50% the warehouses are taken by e-commerce and logistic industry. 50% are built by other automobile, chemical, this and that. So still, we are far behind from China. And that is the motivational factor. It means that we can clearly see next 20 years are good for having great growth for India. So of course,
any data if you can throw warehousing industry growth for next 2 decades?
So I do not have right now any data because I was reading 3-4 reports and you won't believe all the reports are different data. Somebody put the CAGR growth of logistic and in e-commerce by 17%. Somebody says 25%, somebody says 14%. But thing is, growth is huge.
Growth is there.
Growth is there.
And exponentially it is growing.
Correct. And formats which are growing are e-commerce warehouses, hyper local, now dark stores. So there's 3-4 formats. The smallest format is dark stores, then hyper local groceries. Then you have to have connecting warehouses which can feed the dark stores. Then you have to mother warehouses which can feed the connected warehouses. And then you have e-commerce fulfillment centers which you can see vertical racking utilization by the companies. And the interesting part is that still I see this is very less growth because, I lived in Europe, I've been to China, Malaysia, Indonesia. There's a huge difference into the infrastructure and the size of the facilities. In China, when we go there, they always say, "Hamara ek naya warehouse aa raha hai, 1 million square feet." They talk only in millions. So once they build 10 lakh square feet, then they talk about 1 million square feet. In India, if we build 2 lakh square feet, 1 lakh square feet, it becomes news.
Correct.
कि हमारा बड़ा warehouse आ रहा है
50,000 square feet से मैं शुरू कर रहा हूँ जी.
So this thing tells us that there's a long path to travel and whole path is full of opportunities. And still, you were talking about the geographies, still main traffic is in metro cities. Now from metro it is going to tier 1, tier 2, but still tier 3, tier 4 towns, villages are not connected. Mobile users are less. Parents or old people that do not use mobile, children are not having the mobiles. So mobile penetration is increasing now in tier 4 cities, towns and villages. It will increase the demand. So still in India, mobile penetration is very less. E-commerce penetration is very less. And this is driving the market. So when demand will increase, the demand of warehousing will increase and it will go up and up. I'm also very excited to see in next 5 to 6 years, we will see more vertical stack of the warehouses where we will see more revenue per square feet, building by automation and height.
As the commercial cost of the land is increasing,
Correct.
And typically you see the warehousing is always very attractive for the people who invest into the land.
Correct.
Over a period of time, when city expand to a greater city,
Correct.
that warehousing land become a commercial land.
Correct.
Then you can have converted into a different offices and malls and cinema halls and kind of a or maybe the residential apartments.
Correct.
And beyond that, you can buy the land of the agriculture. Then they have warehouse shifted on that side.
Correct.
So that is the way investment cycle around the warehousing keep
Correct.
developing.
Correct.
So the land appreciation and the rent you
Correct.
always enjoy, and asset is yours.
Correct.
So how this is, you are saying, driven by the e-commerce, and beyond, which are the industry is becoming a driving growth?
So obviously, manufacturing is one of the big industry because government whole focus is into the manufacturing.
Correct.
Make in India and everything. They have brought so many policies. Sagar Mala, Bharat Mala, Make in India, so many things. So this is even more enticing because a lot of people are coming, a lot of companies are coming from Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Europe, Dubai, Saudi. Mainly investors are coming from Middle East and Japan, but the industry operators are coming from Europe, US, Korea, Taiwan, Japan. So we are working on many manufacturing factories also. So this is really growing very fast. And if industry will come, it will drive warehouses.
Correct.
It will drive hubs
Production
also.
will happen, then the inventory has to be
Correct.
kept.
Correct. So everything is interconnected. One infra will drive another 4 infra. And then another retail industry is growing very strongly. So consumers are increasing, demands are increasing, our buying capacity is increasing. So people tend to go out and they buy, they eat a lot, they buy a lot. So retail industry, food industry is growing a lot. And everybody needs warehouses to store their, eatables or inventories, whether small warehouse or big warehouses. So whole this gamut of industry play is pushing the demand of warehousing and cold chain.
And I would like to add another area where the warehousing demand is going to increase, which is predominantly done by currently the government and the army,
Correct.
which is the defense logistics.
Correct.
The current uncertainty at the global level, one-way trade is going on, one-way war is going on.
Right. Yes.
And in near future, the situation look like it remains same.
Correct.
And for the safety and the sovereignty of the countries, people will invest on the arms and ammunition. Then defense logistics and transportation will increase. Whereas the current country, which has given a very tough fight for the superpowers, make them realize how inventory is very important.
Correct.
Keeping the inventory of number of drones,
Correct.
make them real differentiator or dominant power, or fighting the giving them a fighting teeth.
Not only drones, even it was good to see after this oil war, then we got to know that India is also storing oil from last so many decades. So it shows the importance of storage.
Storage is become a very prominent. While just in time is also important, but this defense logistics will show the inventory is also become important, and a lot of initiatives already being taken, and probably new entrepreneurs and the entrepreneurs like you will also look at those opportunities. Now coming back to the building the business, you are building a startup, right, and doing a job. What is the basic difference and basic struggles you find?
So when we are doing a job, we never bothered how salary will come on first.
Salary का pressure नहीं है.
Salary का pressure कोई नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ KPIs को meet करना है. Yes, whatever you have new ideas, you have to implement it. Implementation के लिए ecosystem मिलता है. बट आपको कभी से सुना 1 तारीख को सैलरी कहाँ से आएगी, कौन देगा, सब लोगों का इंक्रीमेंट साल में करना है, तो आपको एक रिक्वेस्ट डालनी है कि सर हमारी रिकमेंडेशन ये है, इंडियन लोगों को इतना हाइक देना चाहिए, these are the wonder people, these are the normal people, and money is the backbone of every company. So अगर आपको 1 तारीख की चिंता नहीं है, so you can take decision faster and stronger and with boldness. But when you work as a founder, your pressure is यार 1 तारीख को सैलरी चाहिए या वेंडर की पेमेंट होनी है, वेंडर कोई खराब इनपुट ना डाल दे, कोई कमेंट ना डाल दे, एंड क्लाइंट्स का तो प्रोजेक्ट प्रोक्योरमेंट यू कैन नॉट स्टॉप, इट कैन नॉट बी हॉल्टेड बिकॉज नाउ इज द टाइम ऑफ सोशल मीडिया, एनीबडी कैन पुट एनी रिमार्क्स, एनी कमेंट, ऑल आर इंटरकनेक्टेड. सो चैलेंजेस होते हैं कि, एंड देन सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज आई ऑलवेज से एज ए फाउंडर, यू हैव टू हैव अ स्माइल ऑन योर फेस नो मैटर व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन योर पर्सनल लाइफ, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ. कोई नोटिस आ गया, कोई पेमेंट के लिए चिल्ला रहा है, कोई एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए चिल्ला रहा है, investors have so many expectation, but whenever you have to enter into the office, you have to have a smile on your face.
That confidence you cannot lose.
That confidence
because
you cannot lose.
Looking at your confidence, a lot of people are keeping their confidence.
Correct. So मैं एक और बात इससे कहता हूँ, whenever we sit among founders, इससे नेगेटिव बात ये है कि इसमें कि यार आप कितने मजबूर हो, मजबूरी दिखा नहीं सकते, you have nobody to share your pain. अच्छी बात है कि when you enter in the office, still you see यार we have 100 people. So these are with us. तो हम रुक नहीं सकते, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो कि यार झुक नहीं सकते, रोक नहीं सकते, करना है, आज नहीं तो कल अच्छा होगा. एंड वो जो होप होती है, इट ड्राइव्स द
दैट होप ड्राइव. करेक्ट. दैट स्पिरिट ऑफ डूइंग समथिंग एंड देन योर दैट बेसिक योर ड्रीम कि मेरी स्टोरी होनी है.
करेक्ट.
सो द स्टोरी इज क्रिएटेड लाइक दैट. सो हाउ, आई मीन, यू आर अ सोलोप्रेन्योर.
करेक्ट.
और यू हैव अ फर्दर मोर co-founders with you?
So I had one co-founder, Payal. Later she became my wife.
Oh.
So we were co-founders. We met into the industry event. Then we started knowing each other, and we started working with each other. And later she became my wife.
So inorganic growth करके उसको organic कर लिया आपने.
Correct.
Very good. So I mean, so you become a family.
Correct.
Right. And then the pressure become a both sides. The house is also business.
Correct.
And business is also.
Good thing is that
family.
she also knows my pressure. So she is always humble at home also. This is not the privilege in so many husbands, because their wife do not understand. My wife understands.
But she is a co-founder. She can have a different KPI as well, no?
Yes. And we fight a lot also.
The review can happen in the home as well, of the office.
Correct. So we try to keep it separate, and we try to keep separate working areas also.
Oh.
Your KRA is a KPI this, you have to perform, and my KRA KPI is that you have to perform. And we have an internal review system also, where we 4 core people sit and we ask each other question also. So these 3 people also ask me कि आपका KRA था कि ये क्या हुआ. They are full liberty to question me, and that how company grows. When you have the complete transparency, when you have the all KRAs to be defined and to be done by everyone, then it grows. And I think this is the mantra of our success, that people are now becoming leaders, not only core team but the team under them.
So, see, this was actually my next question. You already answered. When your co-founder is your wife, how the KPI is being managed, and how you sometimes compromise and sometimes over pressure is also there. Nevertheless, you yourself has answered, right? You're managing and balancing both. Good. Wish you all great luck. But it's tough to manage.
Correct.
Right. Coming back, how team building, technology building, and the process and culture building, how you are balancing these 4 pillars?
So I will start from the process building. So I am a freak and mad about processes. I know because I worked in multinational companies also. I worked with so many clients also. One thing which always grow you up is process and system. You should not breach process. You have to make a big company. You have to have systems in place because system should run the company, not the specific person should run the company. So we are always bolstering this into our company. There should be process, KPI, care of every department. There's a process of reviews. There's a process of monitoring. So these are ongoing, and we are putting technology as a layer into everything so that so not only it can review, it can track, it can also give the ideas how to improve it, because you have so many metrics, you can take a right decision timely. Number two, culture building. So what we have done as a KPI, as one more additional KPI, we have added this KPI to every leader of the department, and we ask him at the end of 6 months and 1 year that apart from the performance, how you contributed into the culture. Culture can only be ruled by the management. It can lived by the people only.
Correct. Leadership has to demonstrate the culture.
Correct.
People will follow.
Correct. So we ask them what is your performance KPI and what is the culture KPIs. Culture ही आपने कैसे participate किया? How you train? If you have trained, how you trained your juniors? How you participated with your peer? And what you have done for the company to have a legacy of next 10 years. And third is team building. So we believe in one principle of HTE, hiring, training, and evaluation. So whenever we hire anybody, we become very speculative. We tend to meet more people to find the right talent. Then we have to train that person. You cannot have a ready-made people. If you have a ready-made performer, you are a lucky one. Otherwise, you cannot have a ready-made performer.
A lot of time has to go, energy has to go for
Correct.
training the people.
Correct. You have to train people. That boss, this is our expectation, this is the outcome, this is our vision. There should be cause for you to do everything in a good manner. And third is evaluation. If you're hiring people, if you're training them, and if you're not evaluating them, there's no point. Because train or car will be off track if you're not reviewing your steering or everything.
Correct.
So you have to have evaluation properly, and that is why process, system, and review mechanism should be in place. So to evaluate them, you have to have weekly meeting for 2 hours. You have to have monthly meeting for half a day, and you have to have a quarterly meeting for one day, and then you have annual reviews for 2 days. And luckily, we are abiding by all of these. Just last week only, we completed our annual review plus strategy meet. Before that, we had Founders Day, where we did some good activity also. That is a culture binding activity. We went to orphanage, we went to Gaushala, then we played some cricket.
Beautiful.
So like this, we are trying to bolster our culture and team.
And how the technology, and then you have a in-house technology team.
Yes.
And maintaining the technology team and sustaining those people is always remain tough.
Correct.
And then continuously imparting them a new level of knowledge they themselves need to acquire.
Correct.
So how you're managing that particular
So we
piece?
have in-house technology, and you will be happy to know this, that our technology people are with us from last 4 years, 5 years.
Fantastic.
The people who joined us earlier, they have not left it. So we have taken their interests also, what they like, where they are comfortable. We gave them ESOPs also. So most of the companies, they give ESOPs after getting the investment. And we are one of those companies who gave ESOPs to the employees before investment only. So this for our thesis, who will give everything to the company, who will work hard, we will also do everything in return. So this was our psychology, this was our culture, and we brought this. So it's always good to see that team is old and they're working hard, they're putting 100% efforts, because ultimately it is only team which can take you from zero to hero level.
Absolutely.
Alone we cannot do anything.
Yeah. Great. So we covered the team, technology, and the process and culture building. Now the most important thing for the entrepreneur, continuously ensuring the cash flow remain positive in the organization. Of course, profitability is very important. Before that, the cash flow is very important. Many organizations who are profitable yet can die. Many organizations who are growing yet can die.
Correct.
How do you ensure the cash flow positivity, and how you keep generating the working capital or the whatever the fundraising exercise you do?
So before this startup, when I was working with the startups, so that time startups only talk about top line. They are not considered about the bottom line.
Yeah.
So it was my kind of psychology. Okay, you have to only talk about revenue, only talk about growth, this and that.
Build turnover.
Correct. When I started working with main companies like DTDC and all, they taught us a concept very beautifully that don't go on the top line until you have the bottom line.
Yes.
Because bottom line is the only thing which can define your company, which can drive your company, which can become the base of your company. So that you are not relying on the external money. At least you can have your own base so that you can sleep, you can nurture yourself. So from the day one, when we found this company, our main agenda was to become profitable, to remain profitable. So from day one, we are profitable. We never went in losses any single day, any single one. So cash flow generation and maintenance cash flow was our core focus area. From day one only, we brought, other than sales team, we brought one person to the CRM team. Her KRA and KPI was to only take care of the cash, billing and money payments, billing and payments, you can say. Number two, when we grew more stronger, we became first of all commercial team, which will keep an eye on all these spends. They will do the entire reconciliation so that we are aware where we are overspending, where we are making money, where we are not making money, which procurement is making how much margins, and ultimately what we are having. So this consciousness was there since day one, and I think it helps a lot. So I would tell all these startups founders, if you are making any company and you are making so many departments, then other than IT, sales and marketing, you have to have a department of commercial in place from day one. And her role or his role is only keeping an eye on the spends, how you're spending, and whether you are getting a return on every spend or not.
Beautiful. Great learning. And then comes to the, continuous raising the fund. If you have a large ambition, it cannot, run with the just accruals you create.
Correct.
So how do you take this strategy, and what is your, learning, or you can share with the audience?
So in 2023, we raised the funds from IPV, and then after raising those funds, we built two techs: procurement tech, asset management tech, and we delivered fantastic results. This year, we grew the revenue by 63%, and our current investors are very, very happy. And they said, if you are getting an external investors, we are ready to be a part of that. And on the second part, we are getting a lot of inquiries from the investor because our company is profitable. We are into B2B. We are full-fledged tech and stack of the tech layers. We are into the marketplace, procurement, asset management. So everybody is looking onto it. And as you rightly said, as we are expanding, volumes are increasing. So we have to have right funds so that we can justify our expansion plans. And for this, we are going into the market. So last year, we did not raise deliberately. This year, we will go for fundraise.
Very nice.
So that you will see us working with more bigger companies. We also have a agenda to launch our startup in Dubai and Middle East. We are getting a lot of interest from there. Still no technologies there, which is giving end-to-end solution on this front. I went to Dubai 3 times, and we are getting a lot of interest. So hopefully, you would
infrastructure rebuilding is always required there.
Correct.
Current situation.
Correct.
After this settling down.
Correct.
So there will be a lot of demand for the companies like you.
Correct. And we have the international platform also. So they can buy whatever they want in automation and technology and this and that to build their factories and warehouses. So we can have this, inter countries platform for the procurement.
Yeah. Need and, solutions are more or less same.
Correct.
So since you're continuously looking for, avenues for raising the funds, how do you find the traction in the logistics industry in a current scenario or future scenario, particularly in the warehousing and the overall logistics gamut?
So I would say logistics industry is a great industry for fund infusion. I am also a kind of angel investor, so I also invest in small startups. There's always a interest from investors for logistics industry because it is not something which you can grow and you are done. It is a regular journey.
Yeah.
Lot of
time is so big.
Correct. Lot of innovation has to come into the logistics industry. Still, industry is not automated. So I would say smart should be needed for the logistic. Smart is this scalable, measurable, then A for automated, resilient and tech enabled.
Beautiful.
So last 3 words are still not there. So this industry has lot of capabilities, and investors also know that. So a lot of money is coming into logistic operations, warehousing, logistic part development, cold chain, dark store. A fantastic example is Zepto. Zepto took so much money and they have scaled. They are expanding like anything. They are the fastest growing company in logistics.
So what are your 3 learning or the suggestions or guidance you would like to give for a forthcoming entrepreneurs who would like to come in logistics industry? क्या 3 चीजें आप उनको बताना चाहेंगे?
So for business point of view, I would say there's a lot of scope in cost optimization, lot of scope. Number two, procurement optimization. Procurement is a vast industry and it is prevailing every company. हर कंपनी को पैसा खर्च करना है तभी एक्सपेंड कर सकता है. एक्सपेंशन मीन्स स्पेंडिंग. तो स्पेंड को कंट्रोल करने के लिए आप जितना विजिबिलिटी लेकर आएंगे, बिकॉज स्टिल लॉट ऑफ करप्शन देयर इन टू इंडिया. आई पर्सनली फील procurement is not in the right way. And 3-4% here and there eats to complete profitability of that project. So if you can control that, if you can bring transparency on the table, it is a fantastic field. And third is vendor ecosystem. Still, big companies do not know what is the right technology, what is the right design should be used by them to set up the facilities. So right designing of the facilities and right setup of the facilities are one of the important areas. And companies like us, if 10 more companies will come, still space is a big.
So you invite a lot of competitors.
If they come, either they will buy us or
industry will grow.
Correct.
And better solutions will come.
Correct. And
right?
Second, global technology should come into India so that we can see how we can set up things in a faster manner.
Absolutely.
What developed nations are using. So we have to get those technologies into India, and somebody should work on that. It is not only necessary to start everything from scratch. Don't do that. If they are doing good, you can copy that. You can start a remodeling in a way in India, like Flipkart copied Amazon and Ola. So many examples are there.
Beautiful. So what is your advice? Logistics is a very vast field. We can spend hours and hours and days and days, week together. We will keep doing and continuing, right? So what is your advice and feedback on a Logistics Shakti platform?
So I do not have any feedback. As I said, I have a eye of only appreciation. So I saw that Logistics Shakti came in, I think, last 2 years back only or 3 years back only. And this platform I saw grew in last 2 years fantastically. Last year when I attended, there are so many world-class leaders, global leaders. I was really shocked to see so many embassies were there. So quality is definitely there. And I wish same quality would increase, and I would like to see more global events so that India's entrepreneurs and founders, they have the opportunity to meet global people, global investors, which is required a lot.
Yeah.
There should not be any advice, only this is feedback.
So thank you very much. We always keep little concise our contents. We can keep increasing.
Right.
That's not the issue. So a lot of people keep giving feedback accordingly. So thank you very much, Alok. And anything you find is still remaining, we can talk further.
Sure. I think everything is covered beautifully. Again, thanks for having me here. It was a wonderful discussion. And if I could be of any help via this podcast to any startup, would be a great thing for my life.
Thank you. So, friends, if you're still watching and you have watched the video or this podcast till now, I'm sure you certainly liked it. Please do share a different feedback which require the improvement of Logistics Shakti platform or the podcast channel itself. And if you're really looking for helping others in this large sunrise industry for people to grow as their career or people to build the business in this particular segment, do share such kind of a podcast with them. And if you still feel it is good, you may really subscribe our channel and share with others. Thank you very much.